What are your expectations? What are your expectations for your students? Hello, I'm the one that shares with 2Q Classrooms. This is my space where I talk to fellow teachers, homeschool moms, and or homeschool dads. And today we're going to talk about expectations and the level of achievement of our students. How our expectations actually affect the level of achievement with our students. This may be an old concept for most of us. Most of us veteran teachers, we've heard that before, and we all know that it's a fact that our expectations do determine how well our students do as across the board in class, on their tests. They are going to rise to the level of our expectations, whether it's behavior or just anything else. They do what we expect them to do. It's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. So I had to talk about this today because I noticed that, since I've taken on a new position, I get to work with a lot of novice teachers or other teachers across the district where I work or in general. Noticed this over the years, but more so this year because I'm working, as I said, with more novice teachers, and I'm noticing that their level of expectations are low. Of course, we have been out. The year I'm talking now is 2022. I'm not going to say what it is, what happened, but that for some reason, you know what it was, our students have missed about 2 years of instruction. I mean, we did our best with virtual learning, online learning, trying to do tutoring or whatever, summer school, whatever that we could to get them caught up, but it just was not the same as in-person teaching or the learning that they would have received if they had been able to come to a traditional classroom. So, problem is, if I'm teaching second grade, that means my student is actually on about a pre-K or kindergarten level when they have come to me. And so, a lot of these novice teachers are getting frustrated because they feel like either their teaching style is not working or the kids are just not doing anything. But reality is that our students are behind because of issues beyond their control. Of course, we do have the parenting factor. I have noticed across the board that when parents are more involved, surprise, surprise, our students tend to do better. However, if you work in an area where you have poor parental involvement or basically a lot of time low social economic levels, then our students aren't quite on level. So my question to you is, what are you doing to address that issue? What are your expectations, and what are they? And are they affecting your students according to you? Let me know in the comments below. But back to teachers and expectations. Our students are going to do what we expect them to do. So if we expect them to do poorly and we communicate that, especially when we begin to communicate it, then we can't expect a whole lot better. I was visiting with a novice teacher the other day, and I was talking to her. I printed off her data, and her students, considering where they started, were actually doing pretty good. And she was fussing and complaining, oh, they can't do this, oh, they can't do that. My student can't read, he can't do this. But the child comes to my room and reads. And so her comment was that he can only read that because y'all keep reading it in your class. He's memorizing. He's going over and over and over again the same thing. And I'm thinking, no, he's not memorizing those words, but it's because he's been being continuously exposed to them again and again. I think I've told you before, I was a struggling reader in school. I did not do very well in elementary school, but I flourished in high school. And that's because I had teachers that cared, teachers that gave me things that I was interested in learning. And we know, or we should know, that we don't learn things until we're exposed to it about 20 times. So once we have become exposed to a word or a material or a topic about 20 times, those contact zones, then we can learn it. So just wanted to say that we have to fix our expectations. When we expect our students to perform poorly and we communicate that to them, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. They're going to do just what we expect them to do. Not saying it's all the time they're going to be fantastic because we think they're fantastic. But, not, y'all call it karma, whatever you want to, but whatever you speak out of your mouth, that's what you're going to get. So whether you have to give them that encouragement. You have to constantly tell them that they're doing great. They can do it. Because when you think about yourself, When someone constantly tells you that you're doing a good job, or that you can do a little more, that they expect more out of you, you're gonna do a little better than you would have if they had told you something that was really, really negative. So again, this was LaWanda Shields with 2Q Classrooms. Just talking to you about the expectations of our students, and that we make sure that we're communicating an expectation of excellence to our students, that we are expecting them to be academically successful. And guys, I will see you again in the next video. Thanks for watching.